these questions, I would say, are not hard, but are easy to make a mistake, which I guess kind of makes them hard. Like if you think, oh, this looks simple, I can do this, you're going to make a mistake, right? So what happens here is the common mistake is people go, I can easily figure out 20% of 2 liters. 20% of 2 liters is 400 mils. I should add 400 mils to get 20%. And if you use that common sense logic, you will get it wrong. Because when you add something, your total changes. So for these proportion questions, right? Especially if they give you an easy number, you're going to make a mistake. So I'm gonna do one right. Maybe I'll do 2 questions, and I'll do one with easy numbers, which will make you tempted to make the mistake. Okay? For these proportion questions, you're going to write out the proportion in words. Then you're going to change to numbers. And solve. And what I mean by writing it out in words, we want 20% lemon juice. Does it make sense that if you wanted 20% lemon juice, and I wrote this out in words, it would be lemon juice over total liquid, that's the words, has to equal 20%, and you can change that 20% to a fraction already, 20 over 100. Now we're going to change it to numbers and variables and solve. We already have this side as a number, 20 over 100, which you could reduce to 1/5 if you'd like. Do we know how much lemon juice we're adding? That's what we need to solve. That's going to be our x. The total liquid is where you can easily make a mistake. The total liquid is not 2 liters. Why not? Because as soon as you add the lemon juice, your total liquid is more. So it's going to be 2 liters plus whatever we add to it. So again, we need a common denominator. I would need to, I'm gonna just so my numbers are nicer, I'm gonna reduce this to 1/5. This is grouped together. Can you see this one's missing a 5? And this one's missing the 2 plus x. And now that my denominators are the same, I can multiply both sides by them, cancel them out, and I would get 5x equals 2 plus x. Move my x over to the other side. I get 4x equals 2, divide, and x equals 1/2. You need a 1/2 liter or 500 mils of lemon juice. But the common mistake is that people think 500 mils would make 25%. Because they forget to take into account that when you add something, your total gets bigger. So I would do another question. Let's see. What are things that you would mix, like lemon and water you would mix together? What are things that people would mix together? Oh, sugar. I'm thinking that I am at an all-you-can-eat soft ice cream machine, right? And there's, you know how they have, like, some of them have vanilla, they have chocolate, and they have the swirl in between, okay? And the swirl one is broken. But the chocolate and the vanilla, I wanted swirl, but the chocolate and vanilla is still working. So I already have, I like ice cream. I already have 100, this isn't very, no, I want bigger. I already have 300 mils of vanilla ice cream. Vanilla. Oh my goodness. Is there 2 L's? It's one of those words I'm looking at now. Does vanilla have 2 L's? It's like, it looked weird. Yeah, that looks better. I hate those words where you spell it and it looks weird. So you change it and it still looks weird. And you're like, I have no idea. Okay, vanilla, 2 L's. I have 300 mils of vanilla ice cream. I wanted the swirl, which would be half and half. I know it's not going to swirl perfectly. I'm okay with that. How much chocolate needs to be added to get 50% chocolate? Common mistake is people just say 50%, this is an easy question, okay? But the common mistake is people say, oh, 50% of 300 is 150. I should add that. But I use this one in particular because if you added 150, would it be half and half? No. This is a really easy question. You know that you need to add 300 to make it half and half, right? So when we set this up, we want it to be 50%, so we want it to be half. We have to add our chocolate over the total, has to be a half. The chocolate we don't know, the total is going to be 300 plus X. If I wanted a common denominator here, this one's going to need the 300 plus X and the 300 plus X. Even though some of you already know, oh, if you wanted 50-50, you'd have to have the same amount of each one. You know the answer is going to be 300. Let's see if the math works out for us. Get our common denominator. Denominators will cancel out. And you would get 2x equals 300 plus x. Move the x over. Sure enough, we get the right answer there as well. So the proportions are nice. Sometimes you can do the mental math. Sometimes you're going to get tempted to do the wrong mental math, though. So it's good to set up the equation and solve for it that way, right? Because mental math-wise, this wouldn't be so easy if I said, man, I like swirl and I like the vanilla like more. I would really like 43% chocolate. That's not easy mental math all of a sudden to do, right? Then we would be like, I have to change my fraction to 43 over 100. I could still set it up this way and solve. And you'd be like, really, Mr. JR? 43? That's your ideal percentage of vanilla ice cream to chocolate ice cream? Okay. Oops. There we go.